So for a young computer scientist like myself, the goal was to learn how to build an artificial neural system that could emulate some of those biological principles in the hope of capturing some of the performance of humans on real-world tasks. In other words, starting to create AI. And this is a field of research that has existed for a long time, many decades before my university days, and even then, we were building statistical models that were little more than cartoonish representations of how the brain worked. And in fact, it's only very recently that we've had real breakthroughs. A team at Google extended this technology to create a tool called Quick Draw, which uses a neural network to recognize doodles. Let's take a look at what I mean. So with this system, what you're going to see is the
I see lightning, or
asking
zigzag,
you to suggest
or arrow,
something,
or apple.
and then as you draw, it's going to try and guess what it is. So let's roll the video again.
I see snake, or spoon, or moon. Oh, I know, it's mustache.
I don't care if you're an entrepreneur or not. We are all brands in this room. We are all individual brands. We all have to respect our brand values and not let somebody dictate those things for us. Once we have somebody else dictating those things for us, then we're out the game. And we're in a world today where your brand is all you got, right? That's your reputation. That's your resume. That's everything you stand for, your appearance. And you don't want anybody else to reflect that. You want to control that yourself. And I don't care how much somebody's paying you, they shouldn't be able to do that on your behalf.
The brand that I think about is Nike. And I think about LeBron and the other Nike athletes. And I think about, so I was representing a brand when LeBron went through his issue going to Miami from Cleveland. And he took a lot of crap for making that move. Nike stood behind him when he made that move and not only said, I'm going to support him, but also just got in all of our faces about the way they were going to support him. So athletes choose and stay with brands that are going to be supportive of them and their causes. I think about the ESPYs when CP3 and Melo and D Wade and LeBron were on the ESPYs this past year and took that stand for us becoming a real part of the community and us meaning individuals doing our parts in community.
But I do think what you will see in 5 years from now is a much greater partnership between players in the NFL because, when I worked at Frito-Lay, the product was a Dorito. Well, our product is the game on the field and the men who play it. And so they really are the product of football. And they want to have impact. And so I think you'll see more partnership going forward between the NFL and players to the benefit of the fan. Because the fan sees, and they want to see the relationship between the league and the players, and they really very much follow the individual players. Now, in terms of a prediction, maybe this prediction, I think I see a difference even in the 2.5 years I've been at the NFL in the savviness of athletes at 22 years of age. I think people tell me, even 5 years ago, they come into the league and then maybe they kind of get smart about branding when they were 25 or 26. I think they're smart about branding now at 18 and 19, and they're coming into these leagues trying to figure out what their point of view is and that the point of view and their brand is going to actually outlast their time on the field. And I see the opportunity today, let's face it, the money goes to the top athletes who perform on the court, on the field. But I actually think there's an opportunity for a lot more athletes going forward because they can all find their own voices. And, we see players with big social followings who aren't necessarily in the top roster on the teams now, but they're able to use social media to still use the platform and the visibility they have to have a point of view. So I think it's going to be a even greater time going forward for more athletes.
For the athletes.